Hey gang, what's up? Oh my gosh. So I know I should have recorded this like the day it happened. However, I was just so floored and in shock. Like I never thought it was going to happen. Maybe like who knows? I like never I pretty much have given up that Duran Duran was going to be nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, yes, by the way, these are my Simon Le Bon earrings. That's right. So I am still in shock. Look at that. I even let the Funkos come out to play. I even let Andy Taylor. Andy usually sits in the bathroom. I make Andy Taylor sit in the bathroom. Why? Oh, and I kept him as far away from Nick as possible because they just don't get along. This is well overdue. Like, I literally want to borrow Stella McCartney's shirt that says "About fucking time" because it's so damn overdue. Can we just talk about longevity? 40 years apart and still, if you have not listened to Future Past, please, the deluxe version is out today. This is the deluxe CD, but the deluxe digital is out today. It is incredible. I've never even played this. So I also have the vinyl. However, whoo, damn, feels good. I may or may not have had something to do with it. Last year when the nominees came out and Duran Duran was not on it, they've been eligible since 2006. So that was the 15th year that they got snubbed. I may have threatened to torch the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if they didn't get nominated and nominated soon. I spent 7 days in Twitter jail for that, by the way. Apparently, Twitter literally took that as an actual threat. I wasn't really going to go to Cleveland and set fire to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I may have set like a little small fire outside. I've only set foot in that place once. That was in 2009. And I went because my mother wanted to go. And at the time, I did not know that Duran Duran was not in because I just assumed that Duran Duran, one of the greatest bands of the 80s, was in. And I go all through the museum. Finally, I'm like, where's the Duran Duran stuff? And they're like, oh, they're not in. And I'm like, excuse me? They're not in? WTF? Even the people outside are upset. WTF? I'm like, wait, no. And I was like, no. I am not setting foot again in this fucking museum until Duran Duran is in it. Nope. People have gone, hey, you're going to Cleveland, you're going to the Rock. No, I'm not. I've signed petitions. I've done whatever. Okay, anyway, regardless. It's complete bullshit. They're not in already. It's long overdue. I'm glad that it is. You can go vote in the fan vote. It's like vote.rockhall.com or something. You could vote like once a day from now until April 29th. I have 5 different email addresses, so I'm using all 5. Pro tip, if you have Apple, you can use your aliases like your iCloud and your Me, and they count as actual. You just have to go into your iCloud and verify your email address. But let's get to why they deserve to be in. Or maybe I should go through the other nominees and then we'll come back. So they are with, and I have a list here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I have a list. Okay. And we're just going based on the fan vote right now from lowest to highest. Fela Kuti. Never heard of the guy. Now, this is probably ignorance on my musical part. Never heard of the guy. People say he's been nominated more than once. Never heard of him. MC5. I think they're a punk band. I've never heard of them. They have like 25,000 votes. Here's one that surprised me that doesn't have more votes, but at the same time doesn't surprise me that he doesn't have more votes. Right now, Beck is at right below 30,000. A lot of critical acclaim for Beck. Now, this is just the fan vote. At the end of the fan vote, the top 5 move on to the actual ballot where they basically get the equivalent of one vote, and it's like 1,000 music people, artists, and stuff are going to vote. And then the final is announced in May, and then the induction is in November, which, if it's in Los Angeles, I'm definitely going. So, Beck, I'm shocked that he only has 30,000 votes, but at the same time, I'm not, because he's kind of linked up with Scientology, and there's all that, bad mojo with that. I would think, though, that the Scientologists would be voting for him. So I don't know. Next, we have New York Dolls right now at 32,000 votes. I've heard of them. I haven't listened to maybe but one or two of their songs. Tribe Called Quest at 50,000 votes. I've definitely heard of some of their songs. Very influential to hip hop. Do I think they're going to get in? Probably not on this ballot. This ballot is just way too strong. Dionne Warwick. Yeah, millennials, you Gen Zers might know her from Twitter. Us 80s kids know her because she hosted Solid Gold. She's also Whitney Houston's aunt. Yeah, she's pretty influential. I'm shocked she doesn't have more votes considering her Twitter presence. Next, we have Kate Bush. I've heard of her. I don't think she has enough commercial success to warrant getting in. Please don't hate me if you're a Kate Bush fan. I really only know she did a song with Peter Gabriel and then Running Up That Hill. That's probably bad on my part as an 80s kid, considering, she was in that whole mix. DEVO. DEVO is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Cleveland. They're basically from that part of Ohio. Do I think that they're eventually going to get in? Yes. Again, I know Whip It and maybe one or two other songs. They're at 54. Then we have Rage Against the Machine, Bulls on Parade. Maybe I know a couple other songs. They probably belong in. Do I see them gain in on this ballot? Probably not, because again, it's strong. We're moving up here. Then it's almost 80,000. We have Carly Simon. Very familiar with Carly Simon. You're So Vain. I actually did a fan video one time. Iconic. If Carole King is in there, then Carly Simon should be as well. That's just my opinion. Lionel Richie is at 85, almost 86,000 votes right now. Here's what's impressive about Lionel Richie. And it's not that, Nicole Richie is his daughter. What's impressive about Lionel Richie is that he doesn't read music. But it's kind of weird that he's nominated before his group that he was in, the Commodores, is nominated. So I don't know if that's going to hurt or help him. But let's just be impressed that the man does not read music and he's had this successful career. Not a drop. Just outside the top 5 in number 6 right now is Judas Priest, Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. Not only, are they influential, they should be in. I'm hoping that Judas Priest, for all the metalheads, gets in this time. They've been nominated, I think, a couple times now. But it's also big for LGBTQ because Rob Halford was one of the first rockers to come out and say, yo, gay, just flat out, hey, gay, been gay the whole time. Definitely. Then we're into the top 5. The Eurythmics, 97,000 votes right now. Definitely. As an 80s kid, please Please. Annie Lennox deserves to be in there. So does Dave Stewart with her. Then in fourth, we have right now Dolly Parton. A lot of people like to argue that Dolly does not belong in because she is technically country, but you have to understand that a lot of rock and roll is based in country music. One. Two, she's Dolly Parton. She's universal. Her influence is universal. Miley Cyrus is her godchild. She's just influential. You know, she wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You, who Whitney Houston's in the Hall of Fame. My theory is if somebody got a hit covering one of your songs and they're in the Rock Hall, this was my argument with Duran Duran too. Notorious B.I.G. is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He covered Notorious. It's obvious that there was an influence there. The influence should be in. That's just if you have a massive hit like that, in that case, I Will Always Love You with Whitney Houston, Dolly Parton should be in. Then we have and Dolly's at 123, almost 124,000 votes. Now we're at, yes, Dolly. Yes, Dolly should definitely be in. Third right now in the fan vote is Pat Benatar. She's been nominated a couple times. Yes, yes, yes. Let this fucking woman in. I just feel like it should be very 80s heavy here. Let this woman in, because without Pat Benatar, you don't get a lot of these women from the 80s and like 90s that were rockers. I'm talking like, Garbage, Alanis, No Doubt, just those, even probably Courtney Love. You don't get that without Pat Benatar. And like, people will be like, oh, I've only heard of Hit Me With Your Best Shot. No. Please go get Pat Benatar's greatest hits. You have heard more than what you think. Plus, you know what? She may have blown up Hitler in a music video. I'm just saying, Shadows of the Night, watch it. And yeah, Invincible. Invincible's a great song. Then we'll come back around to Duran Duran. They're in second place. They have 170,000 votes, about to hit 171,000. Number one, of course, is Eminem, Slim Shady, Hotter Than a Set of Twin Babies. Normally, I do not like men with tattoos, but oh, Lord Jesus. Ooh, what was the line in White America? Lady swoon, baby, something, yeah. If Shady Browns, Shady sits on the shelf, yeah. Anyway, anyone who says that Eminem does not belong in because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, seriously go through his catalog and look at all the rock anthems, like rock anthem bangers that he samples. He's sampled like Joe Walsh. He's sampled Billy Squier. He's sampled so many like rock anthems and turned them into rap songs. Plus, he's one of the greatest writers. Like, he literally rhymed Munchausen. I can't even pronounce it. Munchausen syndrome. Tell me who does that. He's a genius. A lot of people are like, well, it's Eminem, and he's... Go back, watch his Grammy performance with Elton John. Elton John's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just saying. He is at 183,000. So Duran Duran's about 10,000 back. They are slowly gaining on him. Now, let's circle back to Duran Duran. This is my argument for why it's overdue. Why they should be in. This is a much longer video than I thought it was going to be. But, again, go check out Future Past. Deluxe edition dropped today. How How many first do they have? Okay, by the way, this week, I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago, commemorated the Beatles landing in New York. By the way, in 1984, record companies and stuff made Duran Duran like replicate it because they were like the second British invasion, supposedly. When people compare Duran Duran to the Beatles, I prefer it more to compare it to the Rolling Stones because of longevity. Yes, they've gone through different variations of the Rolling Stones, but the Beatles, like, broke up and never got back together. Duran Duran has been pumping it out for 40 years. 41, actually. Actually longer, because they were actually founded in 1978. But if you want to go with the original lineup, the actual core lineup, it's been 1980. However, let's get to these first. First to shoot music videos on film, like cinematic film. One of the first, they did it with Russell Mulcahy, who later would then go on to direct Highlander. They were one of the first bands, musical acts, to shoot their music videos on location. Go watch Hungry Like the Wolf, Say a Prayer, Rio, all these classic, iconic music videos from the 80s. They laid the groundwork for people going to these crazy locations and stuff. They were one of the first to use video screens as concert visuals and CGI in music videos. I know it's like shitty compared to now, it's shitty animation, but go watch the Reflex video, because that actually shows not only the video screen because it was filmed during a concert, but then they took the concert footage and added animation to it, which was actually computer generated. But then they also used computers later down the line too, but we'll get to that. They had the first digital download song, Electric Barbarella. It was in 97. It was like 2 or 3 years before Napster was all the rage, and you sat there waiting for 24 hours to download like a 4-minute song or something. First Macromedia Flash animation music video in 2000 with Someone Else Not Me. Most recently, again, we're coming back to future past, Invisible. First music video shot with artificial intelligence. They took a whole bunch of their visuals from past videos. They took visuals of themselves. They took song lyrics from their past songs, put it all into this supercomputer, and it threw up a music video. Go watch it. It's cool. Don't be doing drugs while you're doing it, because you will probably have a really wild trip. Just saying. They pioneered the use of found sound samples within pop music. Now, what is a found sound sample? Now, other acts have done it too, but they have done it brilliantly. Like Dolly Parton with her acrylic nails in 9 to 5, that's technically a found sound. The camera shutter in Girls on Film, found sound. The laugh in Hungry Like the Wolf, found sound. There's other instances throughout their entire catalog of them using found sound, and then other acts started doing it as well. They were awarded the first ever Grammy for a music video. The first ever music video Grammy went to them appropriately. How they did not, I'm going to be honest, how they beat Michael Jackson, I have no fucking idea. But apparently they did, because let's be honest, Michael Jackson was also at the forefront of music videos in the 80s. They have the only, and still to this day, only James Bond theme to go number 1 in the United States. One. Others have done it over in the UK. Only one has ever been number 1. Which personally, I think this means that they should be allowed to do another Bond theme. Should we get another Bond movie? They're only the second. Now, here's a shocking one. They're only the second white act. Second white act to be on Soul Train. Yes, I said Soul Train. Duran Duran was on Soul Train. They were only like the second white act. Oh, and over 100 million albums sold. I said 100 million. Now let's get into their influences, and then we're gonna wrap up this video because it's like 20 minutes long, and you know you're not watching all of this. Notable acts that credit Duran Duran as an influence or have used, you know, somehow, you know, influences. Anyway, I got a text message and I got distracted. Anyway, influences. I don't agree with all these, but there's one I really don't like, and they've actually worked with him. Guys, why'd you do that? Really? Okay. Notable ones. Gwen Stefani. She's actually was supposed to open for them in 2020 for their 40th anniversary concert in Hyde Park that got canceled because of COVID. Jonathan Davis of Korn. By the way, when we get to if they actually get in, I feel like one of these, like I feel like Gwen Stefani, Mark Ronson, or Jonathan Davis should be the ones to induct them. I feel like it should be someone that they have influenced. I know a lot of people are angling for like Nile Rodgers to induct them. But I just feel like it should be someone they influenced. Justin Culture Vulture, Mayo of the Woods, Timberlake, who even claimed that he took Britney Spears' virginity to Save a Prayer. They worked with him. Why, guys? Really, why? Why? Actually, the record company kind of forced that, but he does claim them as an influence. I guess I'll fucking allow it. The Killers. This one I'm going to roll my eyes only because of his politics. Sugar Ray, Mark McGrath. If you haven't, he even copied one of their videos. I forget which one it was. I don't know. I forget the name of it. Anyway, he tried to look like John Taylor from the Is There Something I Should Know video. It's when he's wearing the blue shirt and the white tie. Garbage, Gavin Rossdale and Bush, Wyclef Jean, Marilyn Manson. I know Marilyn Manson is problematic, but hey, he was influenced by Duran Duran. Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit, but The Orb, Outkast, Coldplay, Pink, Britney Spears, Lost Prophets, who actually took their name from the title of a Duran Duran bootleg. Goldfrapp, I've already said The Killers. Scissor Sisters, The Strokes, which is hilarious because I think it's the guitarist or the singer of The Strokes is now married to the ex-wife of Duran Duran's bassist. That's interesting. I'm sure there's more influences, but as you can see, you've got everything from really hard rock, goth, you've got the Culture Vulture, who likes to rip off R&B as well. Pink, Britpop. You've got Outkast, which is a rap act. All these different genres that they have influenced. It's well overdue. Please go vote. I'm so excited. Go also listen to Future Past. And if you know Stella McCartney, or you have a connection to Stella McCartney, can you please ask her if I can borrow that It's About Fucking Time shirt? Should they get inducted? Because I really want to wear it to the induction ceremony. That being said, like, follow, hit the notify so you know when I go live, and go download Future Past. Go Duran Duran. Oh, and vote for him.